There is this quote that has been running through my head for the last 4 years since I did my master's. My name is Emily Gibson. I'm a well-being and trauma-informed practice educator and consultant. I help people learn how to care for themselves in the best way and how to create environments and interactions that help people feel safe enough to engage with them. And I did my master's thesis on decolonized trauma-informed practice in arts-based mental health education in primary schools. It's a bit of a mouthful. But in doing that, I needed a trauma informed practice framework for education, which at the time I could not find. So I had to create my own, and I did so by adapting this really amazing work done by a Māori group of people on how to be trauma informed in the healthcare sector. And I will link the report below. But it's many pages of that report of absolute gold, absolute wisdom. I'm so grateful for it. And there was one line that said something like, everything is medicine, so make sure it can heal. And that sentence has been rolling in my brain this entire time. Everything is medicine, so make sure it can heal. So again, I'm in the well-being and trauma-informed practice space. I don't call myself a healer, although I support creating healing opportunities and environments for ourselves. And when we think about everything is medicine, so make sure it can heal, there are so many things that come to mind for me. It is the way that we greet someone at the door. It is the way we nourish our body. It is the way the plants speak to us. It is the way this beautiful light is shining through and illuminating these lines. It is the way we speak to someone and see them and validate them and encourage them and let them know, yeah, you can do that. You can achieve your dreams. Everything is medicine, so make sure it can heal. And that, I feel like, underscores all of my work in the well-being space and the trauma-informed practice space. And particularly when we're talking about being trauma-informed, we're talking about the ways that we prevent people from experiencing trauma with us, prevent re-traumatization, but also the way we respond in case that happens. And so we're thinking about all the ways that we can interact, either in our physical space, in our digital space, or in our, human to human interaction. What are the ways in which we can make someone feel safe to work with us? Because when someone has experienced a trauma experience or many trauma experiences, they don't necessarily feel safe inside. They do not feel safe inside for new things, for joy. Their nervous system is constantly scanning for threat. So when we weave in these beautiful little intentional ways that we can offer an experience that heals, that's making someone feel safe, and that is healing them. And so I love that about trauma-informed practice, because it doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you're a banker, if you're a lawyer, if you're a teacher, if you're a doctor, if you're the bus driver. We are working with people who've experienced trauma, and we have the opportunity to offer an interaction, an experience, and an environment that can make someone feel safe, and that is healing. Because if we have enough of that, then there are enough moments where that person or person's nervous system resets to safety, resets to safety, resets to safety. And more so, more and more, it helps them realize that this world can be safe for them, that they can relax, that they can let their guard down, and that they could be here to witness the beauty, witness the joy. So everything is medicine. So make sure it can heal. To me, even on an individual level, I think about the intentional practices we can do in our day to day to be like, my breakfast is healing. The ways that I comfort myself when I'm upset, the ways that I look outside and look at the flowers and talk to the hummingbirds, the way that I interact with my neighbors, the way that I apply my skincare, all of this can be medicine. And so when we do it in a way that is helping us feel safe, that is helping us feel secure, that is helping us be in this present moment, that is so healing for us, even if we didn't think we needed to heal. There are always ways for us to support how we can thrive more. So I just offer the invite. If you think about everything is medicine, so make sure it can heal. And again, I will cite the authors of that below. How does that change the way that you interact with yourself and others, how you go about your day? Please let me know. I would love to hear.